the most important thing in this equation is the people that get hurt, and that's the part that bothers me. For example, if you have a bad quarter in the free market, if a company has a bad quarter, their stock takes a big dive, and the best way to get that stock back up is to lay off people. And while in Europe and other countries that's more difficult, but in the United States that is still something that that they do and that they like to do. So here you lost some money this quarter, and okay, a very large number of people lose their jobs, and immediately Wall Street rewards those companies. The stock goes back up, and that is a very, very sad thing, because it is those people who sacrificed, who gave everything to that company to get them there. And it's also, by the way, those people who get them out of the hard times that that they are in. And it is unfortunately the care for the people who also takes the back seat together with the ethics thinking. And I hope that one of these days companies will find a way back to more ethical decisions and to more people-focused decisions. I hope that one of these days they find their way back there. Some companies have done very well at this, by the way, and it's something I discovered in the last 20 years, how really important and meaningful this can be. And there are very good examples of companies who say, hey, if I treat my people right, I can do anything I want to, because if I treat my people right, they do everything for me. And that's what I need. That's what we need to be innovative. That's why we need to be to sustain. Some company owners say that's all they have to do: focus on the people, and you get all the rest as a collateral. Well, it may not be that easy, but I do believe that in the near future, ethics and the care for people will have to play a much bigger role. But I also I think I'm getting off the subject of innovation now. That's not the only things that matter for innovation. But let me go and spend a few minutes on innovation. The idea, a lot of people think innovation is just having great ideas. Okay, well, that is something that is definitely an important point. But today, that is not enough, and and from the idea to a successful product, there is a lot more, and there's probably, the idea is only a few percent at the end of the day of the effort that goes into a good innovation. And I have spent, for me, some great companies when it comes to innovation are, of course, the Googles, the company like Uber, and many more of these, Amazon, and many more like that. And they have found a way to efficiently create that innovation. And I'm back to what I said before about research and development work. You have to be the best at what you research, but you also have to be the best at how you do your research. And the same is for innovation. You have to be the best at how you create that innovation. And that's where the Apples and the Googles and the Amazons have shown us the way. That's how studying how they did it and see how you can learn from them, I think, is an extremely important part for the industry today, that And since I like to be a little bit critical, I'm quite critical of the universities, the people where companies go to learn, and I think they are always a few years behind, and rightly so. Their work is based on research, and you can only do that research when you have the data, and the data is yet to come for a lot of that stuff, so they can study it. But things happen so fast, and I think here is where I think they would have to speed up a little bit and catch up on what's going on out there, and then make sure they teach it to their students. Then when their students go to companies to work, they are able to apply that new thinking, that new stuff. And so I'm looking forward to see that happen out there. That a lot of things like what I teach today is making it into the curriculum of universities and so on. That it's
In fact, that
passed
is
on to
something
the right
very
people.
important, Norbert. That is something very important, the one that you are saying, particularly the part that had to do with education. In that, of course, you know that education is receiving a big hit now for very many angles. In that, the education that we have, the system, the structure that we have it, like you said, it's not serving the people enough. Sometimes it's a little bit late, no? But the question is, what is actually the solution? How do we have a kind of educational system that is not based on the system? That should be based on the era of technology, you know?
Yeah.
How do we even create that kind of educational system?
Well, let me start with the companies, okay? And I've seen it again and again. It happened to me. You come in with all these great ideas, and you want to do things differently, but then when you come into a company, you realize that's not the way it works. If you want to become successful in that companies, you have to first of all play it by the company rules, played by the company culture, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And by the time you are done with that, you can't be innovative and creative anymore. I'm sorry to say that, because now you are in a mold, you are in a rut that will make it extremely difficult for you. But the school system is kind of a little bit the same. These young kids come in very excited, very creative, and the first thing they have to do is they have to learn rules and behaviors and so on, which is important too. So don't get me wrong, that's very important too. And then you teach them all that, and by the time they learn all that, now conformity has taken over, and a lot of their innovative, their naturally innovative behaviors play a secondary role, because you are not getting success in school by continuing those behaviors that are not really some of them are not really aligned with what the school tries to teach you, and that makes it very difficult. But that's the way it is. That's the way it happens. Or let me give you another example. I learned in college how to do research, and okay, I had to do it. I had to write a thesis, and I had to get a stamp and a grade on that thesis. So I had to do it that way. But I found out that that's not the way companies should do research anymore. Companies cannot afford to do that anymore. And in the 80s, yes, we were still doing it. But today, companies can't afford to do that anymore. Companies today have to do their research like the Googles and the Amazons are doing their research. And because it happens so fast out there today, and it is so expensive to do the research the way I was taught it in college, that the two things is that the speed is one thing. Things happen so fast, and it is so expensive, and so companies have to change. They will have to change the way they do innovation, and a lot of them do. A lot of them do it very well, and other ones have to learn to do it faster and more efficiently and more productive. And as I said, it is out there. I don't say that I know it all. I only know what I have learned, but there are many, many people out there who know it. There are many companies out there who know it, and a lot of companies have to learn and get better at doing innovation, as I keep saying. And some people have shown the way, and it can be learned. I hope one day it can be learned at the colleges, and but it can definitely be learned in the industry. There are enough people out there who teach it, and it will work very well.